Okay, I'll call this meeting to order. And we have the minutes of our previous meeting on March 24th.
I'll move that the minutes of March 24th be adopted.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, moving on, we have warrants 21, the payroll 21, reappraisal fund number 6, and capital fund number 5.
I'll make a motion to approve warrants 21, 21P, reappraisal number 6, and capital fund number 5.
I'll second that.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second it.
Okay, any discussion? Let's see. The warrant 21 is for $50,216. That includes the price of blades, new blades for the snow plows, a bond payment of $12,665 for the gravel pit, payroll transfers, payment on the 4th installment on the new fire station of just over $29,000, fuel and repairs for the highway department. Those were the big items, I guess. Under the capital fund, that is a payment towards the new fire truck that was purchased a while ago, $69,785.90. Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, moving on. Any visitors, any comments you'd like to make? Anything not on the agenda? Okay, moving on, we have the
Paul
road.
has something.
Oh, what?
Paul.
Oh, I did. I can't see him.
Okay. I'd just like to ask now that you have a new board, I'd like to reiterate a request that I made last year about notifying your meetings in a Brattleboro reformer. I think it would be very helpful to the community to know when you're meeting. I know you have it on the website, but a lot of people don't go there. Just sometimes you look at a meeting and on the meetings notices on the reformer. And as my understanding is they don't charge you anything to do that. So I'm not asking you to change your official newspaper, but it would be very helpful, I think, to have the meetings notified in the reformer. I think that came out last night, actually, too. The Planning Commission had a meeting and couldn't get their notice. For some reason or other, didn't get their notice into the Commons. And it was stated that it was kind of difficult to coordinate with the Commons, and the Commons only publishes once a week, so I can understand where that would be a difficulty. And it would be nice to encourage other boards and committees in the town of Dummerston to do the same, to post their meetings on the meeting box on the reformer. So thank you, and I'd like you to, well, I wish you would reconsider that.
Okay, thank you. Well, we're going to discuss our select board assistant, and maybe that will come up under that. The road foreman's report. We have some bids that we received at our last meeting. Lee, you want to take us through?
Okay. So for the truck, it'd be replacing the 2012. We sent it out to 3 companies. 2 of them didn't want to bid. And the third one was L&B out of Westminster. And their bid was $155,179. And that was, and we're giving up the trade with that. So that is pretty much where we expected it to be. So I think the companies, we've bought our last 3 trucks through them, or two of them, and I think I think it's pretty convenient, parts and everything right up the road, and they're a good truck.
Okay. What would members like to do?
I'll make a motion that we award the truck bid to L&B in Westminster for a 2022 Western Star for a net price with a trade of $155,179.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Any comments questions from visitors? Okay, Paul?
When you say you're giving up the trade, you mean that includes the trade, that's the price including the trade-in?
Well, the price would be 180.
Okay.
I think they gave us 30,000 for it.
Okay,
So, yes,
okay. And
or
you,
185, I should say.
okay. And you had 100, I think you had 170 in the capital plan. So will the difference stay in the capital plan, I hope?
Yes,
Yes.
the only other thing that we actually buy for the truck once it comes in is a set of winter tires for it with rims and a new radio if we need it, which we might not need that this year since we replaced them all, just say 3 years ago or so.
Mhm.
So the tires and
Okay, so the tires and possibly the radio.
Okay. So I thought he was going to tell, I thought Lee, you were going to say how much they would cost additional.
I don't think so. Not, we
I don't know
might
if
have
we-
lost him.
We might have lost him, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions or discussion? Okay, we've got a motion and a second to accept the bid from L&B Trucks of Westminster. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, opposed? All right. I don't know if Lee can hear us, but we can let him know that we've accepted that bid and he can go ahead with that. Lee, you there?
Lee? Hold on, I'll text him.
okay,
Are you there, Lee?
yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Well, Lee, we thought we lost you. We
Oh, okay.
voted in favor of the bid for the truck. Now we
Alright.
have want to take us through the paving bid?
Yes, so we had 3 pavers respond. And for the short of it, all states were low bid, plus they've done our paving for the last 2 years and happy with their work. And that was $71.90 a ton for the paving, and I might have this wrong, written down wrong. Is it $1.70 a square yard for the milling?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, right. Yep. So yes, I have no problems with them and their low bid.
Great. So what would you like to do?
I'll make a motion to accept the paving bid from Allstate Construction at $71.90 per ton and milling at $170 per square yard.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, Lee, we've voted
Yep.
in favor of the bid you proposed. Great.
Okay, the other thing to go along with the paving, our goal is to have it completed between like May 15th and June 15th, somewhere right in that time frame.
Okay, and are we using Okay, so this would not, yeah, this is from the, all right, so before the new fiscal year begins.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
because we held off on the paving to make sure that we made it through winter all right, and
Okay.
how the taxes,
All right,
yes.
great, good, okay. All right.
Okay,
When do you expect to do the next paving?
I think we're gonna hold off on that until next spring also.
Okay.
And kind of see where everything goes again. And then when we do that, it would be on East-West Road from Green Mountain Camp Road up to Dummerston Center. That's our next paving, hopefully.
Okay, great.
Jody has a question, Zeke.
Oh, Jody, what would you like to add?
I might have missed it, but what are you paving this year?
That would be from Dummerston Center down to the intersection of Schoolhouse Road and East-West Road.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions about the paving? All right, so Lee, while we have you, Jody Normandeau sent us a letter bringing to our attention the bank sort of caving under the pavement on the sharp corner as you're headed south on Middle Road before you get to the corner of Norse
I'm
Hollow.
aware of that situation. We have been monitoring it. And another tractor trailer went off, the rear wheels did, and the other, well, probably a month ago or so. It is a structure and we do check those once a year. Right now, there's no plans on, it's not in the top 10, but we might have to do some repairs on the end. The only problem with that is it seems like people always cut that corner, and we can fix it. And, you know, a month later, everything is right back the way it was. So I believe when we go to fix it correctly, I would say it's going to involve a private contractor and a certain amount of money. I can get a price on that and try to, you know, fit it into the capital plan at some point as far as for the structures. Yeah, it's not a good situation down there. It's just everybody is driving on the inside of the corner.
Well, so you don't hit the cars coming on the outside of the corner.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And as Jody pointed out, and everyone knows, there's a lot of traffic on Middle Road. How long do you think before you're going to address, you know, the culvert and, you know, be able to do those repairs that will stabilize that bank, make it, rather than just, you know, short-term repairs?
Right. I didn't catch the.
Oh, I was asking, how long do you think it will be before you have this culvert and structure on your schedule to be, you know, rebuilt or repaired, rather than just doing short-term fixes?
We lost him.
Yep.
We definitely lost him this time.
Well, let's give him a minute to.
Can I say something, Zeke?
Yes, you may, Jody.
I talked about the two corners.
Yeah.
The other one that's to the west, and both of them are being, if you've taken a look at them, they've been under, with a water take under
Yeah.
the pavement. And you say that people cut that corner on the inside. Many times people do not cut that corner on the inside. They come on the other side of the road. And many times, I think both Paul and I have run into people and trucks, particularly, that are way over the center line, and which I don't blame them, because they don't want to get over there and where it's bad, but they end up pushing us that are going east way
Yeah,
to the right.
It's a bad corner, and just dumping some fill isn't going to.
No,
fix
you
the
can't do that.
situation. No,
Okay.
you can't. With the water, the brook right below, I think, I am going to leave it to the experts, but it looks like it needs, a rebuilding, and not just putting some more fill or riprap down there.
Can you put something in the road before it, like an orange cone, to make people slow down at least? Because people are traveling really fast in town these days.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a orange cone. I could make it my business to, reset it a couple times a day, but I kind of don't think that's the.
Or paint something in the road. A lot of people are painting things in the road, like arrows and slow down and things like that. They're
Yeah.
actually painting the letters in the road.
Yeah. I think, I'm not sure what other members think, but I think we should try to, move up this culvert and structure, on the list. I think it does seem like it's a dangerous, and it's beginning to fall apart. But what do other members?
I agree with that. I mean, I use that. That's what my roads, and I often have just about gone into the ditch there, or hit another car or truck coming down, and they do, as Jody says, there's a lot of those vehicles are traveling at a very high speed. I mean, so yeah, I think we should really look carefully at a rebuilding of those corners.
I agree.
Yeah, Rebecca, Maria.
Yeah, I agree also. It's like we should prioritize it.
Here comes Lee.
Yeah.
So Lee, I don't know what you caught of the last couple of minutes of conversation, if any. I don't know if you're actually there, Lee.
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
So the board is thinking that we'd like to see this culvert structure and the banks sort of moved up in the queue there for.
Okay.
We think it's a big problem. So.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll start getting some prices and seeing what the options are.
Great.
Okay.
Good. Thank you, Lee. And
Yep.
thank you, Jody, for bringing it to the front burner here. Okay. Anything else on that? Okay, we can move on to correspondence for information. Is there anything that you'd like to go over into that? Okay, correspondence for discussion and or action. We have the town health officer survey. I filled that out and sent it back. I didn't think to make a copy. It was a survey that was just asking how many times are you contacted? What's the best way of keeping in touch with residents? Do you use email or do you use the mail, or that questions of that nature? So, and it was a short survey, so I just sent it back in. The Wyndham Regional Commission planning for the use of ARPA funds. Terry, I think.
The ARPA funds, yes. We still have not gotten, we will get the funds. We still don't know what we're going to get for funds. It should be in here June 9th. But the webinars have not really started. There was just one one tomorrow with Bernie just to give an overview on a bunch of stuff, but we actually need a VLCT type webinar, so Charlotte will know how to deal with the funds. We have till 2024 to use these funds, but the guidance that goes along with it. So there's really nothing, we don't know how we can do it yet, so we've got to wait for everything to come along.
Okay, and the ARPA, those are part of the stimulus funds that are.
This last stimulus, what changed from the other two stimuluses is in the federal money that came with the guidance, they literally had to give our portion, the Vermont portion, had to go directly down to the towns, the municipalities, and with guidance. And that wasn't the case on the last two. It was up to the state to say, we will give you so much for this or give you that much for your hand wipes and all that. This time there was a direct link to the municipalities. So, so we're still waiting for webinars, and Charlotte and I will attend these webinars once we know when they're going to be. And I'm assuming they'll probably be here in the next 3 weeks.
Okay. Any questions for Terry on that? Okay, well, Terry, you can keep your mic live because we
Yes.
have, under new business, we need to award the LHMP bid.
Right, we have one bid for this. We followed all the guidance that we were supposed to from the state and put it out on the Vermont Business Directory along with everything else. So this is, I don't know who puts glue on these things, but I'm back to the. Okay, this is from the Wyndham Regional Commission. That down to it. Basically, the total is $10,080 for the bottom line of their contract. Let's see. Oh boy. It goes into all the cost, the assembling the planning team and all that, the hours, but the total comes out to $10,080, and it's going to take about 160 hours to do this. And they will bill the town in a lump sum, and then the rest will come out of the state. Now, what we were given for the grant was federal was going to be $76,1250, and our match was going to be $25,37. So we might have to chip in a few more, but I think this will it'll complete it to the grant match. Hold on, I can tell you. 10, 5. Yes, it should. So that's $10,080. And the primary staff person will be Alyssa Sabato. And then there's just, there's a lot of information on this one.
And so the total amount of funds that we have in our budget for this and from receiving the grant from the state
is $7,612.50 was what the federal share was. $25,3750 was our matching on this. So that's 10, 3, 5, 11,
50.
10,150. So we will
Okay.
owe an extra $30. No, we'll actually
No,
be.
we'll actually have.
be
yeah, we'll
$30,
have,
yes,
Wow, $60
Yes.
or something to, right. So,
right. So, yes, and then she gives all the details of actually how she's gonna break it down into the steps in the project.
okay, and Wyndham Regional Commission has done this before for us.
They did our last one in this, yes.
Okay,
Yes. So what'll happen is we would pay our portion to Wyndham Regional, and Wyndham Regional will go after with the state to get the federal funds.
okay. So we have this money in the budget and we have it, a grant from the state. We have it listed in our agenda that we can award this bid tonight. Are you comfortable with that, or do you want to read through their bid, or do you have any questions about it? Do other members have any thoughts, or?
Jody?
I'm comfortable awarding it.
Yep, me too.
Okay. Jody, you had your hand up.
What is LHMP?
Local hazard mitigation plan.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's every 5 years, Jody, that we have to do this, and this is the big one that sets us all up for we have a catastrophe for federal funding, and it gives the big packet. It takes the broad view.
Right, it makes us eligible for FEMA funds and
Right.
other things like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
So, do we want a motion to accept this bid?
I'll make a motion. Oh, go ahead, Maria.
I'll make a motion that we award the LHMP bid to the Wyndham Regional Commission.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay. Great. You let them know, Terry?
I will let them know, and I also have to let the state know who we awarded it to.
Great.
So I'll take care of all that.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you. Thanks for all your work you did on that.
Yeah. Thanks.
It's over, almost over now.
It's almost over.
Yep.
We've it's out of my hands now.
Okay,
Technically.
great. Well, let's see. Let's have an animal control update, and maybe a little discussion about the ordinance that we have.
Okay, so I went to I zoomed in on the last meeting, so Paul and Jody kind of understand. There was a group of towns that got together that are member towns for this animal control. And we weren't one of them based on the price. But I'm still going to the meetings. There are a group of towns, Putney, Westminster, Wyndham, Newfane, all are founding members. We still have the option at any time to go in to do animal control based on a case-by-case basis, to put it in the budget, okay? Because we're having difficulties finding volunteers for the animal control. So, but what has come out of it, they have hired, they got a person that is starting in July, as long as Westminster, they haven't passed their budget yet. They're having one in May. As long as that goes through, then this will be kicked off with the member towns. But based on these meetings, it has really come out. What we did was we all sent our animal control ordinances up to Mark Anderson up there so he could look at them. Everyone's got their own different flair, but they're all using the new model ordinance from VLCT, which ours is, I think, 1992 or 94 was the last time it was adopted. So the suggestion was, even if we don't go with the sheriff's department on a case-by-case basis, that they recommended really that we update our animal control ordinance. It's pretty old.
Right. Yes, and doesn't have much in the way of teeth.
Right.
Yeah.
unlike the dogs.
Yeah.
Right,
unlikely.
exactly.
Right.
So, so I actually caught up with Rebecca, and she'd be willing to work with me on this. And the suggestion is to get like Newfane's, Putney's, Westminster's, what they're using, what their model looks like, what they put in, and then kind of work it around to see if you put all three together, whether we could make one up for ourselves based on how they're doing it, to get a flair for it. So Rebecca was willing to help me out on that if that's the board's thought.
Yeah, it sounds great to me.
Okay. All right.
Everybody else okay with that?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
well,
Great.
Rebecca and I'll start working on it, and we will also get an update. I will get her in on the Zoom meeting so she can actually meet these other towns in May. We will have an update to see how they're working through this. So in case when it comes to budget time, if we want to, we can always entertain the motion again for the animal control with that.
Okay, great. Thank you,
Okay.
Rebecca, for taking that.
Of course.
Great. Anything else on that you want to discuss? Then we could move on to the Select Board Assistant Advertising. Maria, you want to?
Yeah, so it's been posted on the town website now for quite some time, and we've had no takers. So I'm not sure if we should advertise at what platform, if there's something, and maybe Lori, I might be able to ask her if there's something that at a town level, if there's some other type of, like, I know she has a town clerk sort of website or whatever that they can go to, or if there's other places that we could somehow put this so it was a little more out
Right.
there, I guess. I don't know about the Reformer or the Commons, and I
wonder too-
all of that may cost us. I'm not sure what a fee would be to place some type of an ad.
Okay.
I wonder too on social media if there's a way that the Chamber of Commerce in Brattleboro or even the Downtown Brattleboro Alliance, I feel like they have a pretty wide viewership. So I don't know if that's something in addition we could do to the paper. Just a thought.
Yeah, that sounds great to me. Would you like to take the lead on that?
Sure, I'm happy to contact them.
Great. I think we have the position description on the town website, right?
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
And then do you want me to, and I'll talk with Lori and see if there's some type of a, municipality type of, other than our town website, if there's something else that could be more prominent.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we can certainly put an ad in one of the papers if you would like, I think.
Okay.
Um,
And Lori might have a better idea what that might cost us, and then I can let everybody know.
Great.
So, okay.
We might have a volunteer. I think Jody's volunteering.
Jody, yes.
No, yeah. Okay. Jody, you have,
Well, I was just thinking, I know it's a little late for the views, but they might be able to put something in the views if you got to them right away. And the fact that you could do Lori's that got that yellow board that she puts out in the center, and people go by that all the time.
Right.
And the other thing I was thinking of, there is a Dummerston community Facebook. I'm not a Facebook person, but I have gotten involved in that. And you might want to put that on there too. Or if you want to give it to me, I can put it on there. But I think everything you can possibly do.
sure. Would you, Jody, the job description is on the town website. Could you put
Yeah.
something on the Facebook?
I will.
Great,
Okay.
thank you. And I know the yellow board, I think we're trying to find another road crew member, so I
Right.
don't know how many letters there are to go on that
You're
yellow.
down,
Well,
you're down a road crew member?
Yes,
Oh,
so, but that's also another good idea.
I can ask Lori about that when I talk with her,
Great,
and maybe when that comes available.
yeah, we might actually have more than one of those. I think we do. So,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I
think
think
we
you
do.
should contact Roger Turner right away on that, so.
I think we
I
did
think-
that one though, already
Yeah.
for the last views.
Right,
Yes, we did.
Yes,
Yes, we did.
That
Yeah.
doesn't mean you can't do it again.
true.
all right. Great. I'll send a note to Roger. How about that? I'll do that tonight.
Okay.
Okay, great. Any other ideas or anything you'd like to do about that?
I
Oh.
think that pretty much hits all the points.
Yeah.
I mean, all the places, if we could hit all those.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, in the meantime, Maria, just hang in there. Um,
Oh, like I'm going anywhere.
okay, well, we appreciate the work that you do.
Yep.
Moving on to health insurance policy review. When we were going over the budget for this last town meeting or Australian ballot, we had some discussion about taking a look at our health insurance policy, and David took a look at, and I think Terry took a look at the health programs that other towns in the area had. So we thought rather than wait until we had really no time to make any changes or improvements, we'd get started earlier in the calendar year or the, so is that everyone's recollection? Did I describe that
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, perfectly.
Great. Well, with that in mind, I was wondering, David, would you be willing to begin that process?
Yeah, yes, of course, yes, certainly. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And what's the time frame? What would we want to get a pretty good handle on it by when, just so?
The policies begin to come up for renewal, I think sometime in October.
Okay,
And, final decisions have to be made by December is my recollection. And so anything we did, we'd want to have a lot of involvement and
yeah, sure,
with, the stakeholders here.
right, okay.
Yeah. Well, great,
Happy to do it, yeah.
great.
Perfect.
Anything else on that? I guess it's getting dark here. I can hardly.
Yeah, we can barely see you there, Zeke.
Keyboard, the light off my, I see these little,
You're fading
Yeah,
away.
yes. I better hurry up here. Let's see, we have a short form contract for Castine Property Maintenance, does the lawn mowing around town, and Vermouth, who is our hardware and IT service that the town office uses. And these are contracts, I guess, mostly for the workers' compensation audits that are done. So what would you like to do?
I'll make a motion to approve the short-term contracts for Castine Property Management and Vermouth.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Oh, what am I doing there? There we go, okay. Okay, all those in favor?
It looks like Jody has a question.
Jody has a question,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, okay, what was I thinking? Of course. Jody, what would you like to
Well, I
add?
just wanted to ask, I was up at the Historical Society in the town offices yesterday. And there was a huge, not a huge pile, but a big pile of sticks and leaves and stuff below the Historical Society, where all kinds of small trees and stuff were cut.
Yeah.
And I started hauling some of that in the woods, but I was wondering if it's possible for somebody who does the landscaping there. I know that's in the area that only gets cut once a year, but it's kind of unsightly to have
Yeah,
it there.
they usually do a spring cleanup.
Okay, well, I started, but somebody
Well,
needs
good.
to finish.
Yeah.
We could renegotiate the contract if you wanted to keep at it for a while.
How much do you pay?
We got plenty of volunteer positions, Jody, that are open, you know.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Jimmy, I forgot, did we take a vote on that one?
Not yet.
Okay, all those in favor of voting for these contracts?
Yes.
Aye.
Yes,
Aye.
aye.
Opposed? Okay, great. We can let Charlotte know that we've approved those. We
I'll
probably.
sign for the
Sign.
board.
Okay,
I've got it
all
printed
right.
out.
Let's see, last on the new business, we had a letter from a former tenant of rental property. And at our last meeting, I said I'd get in touch with the State Department of Health as to how we should proceed with responding to this letter. They told me that it wasn't, it was much more complicated than I initially thought, and that their legal, the person who handles the legal issues for the Department of Health was on vacation and would be back about now. And so we should be hearing back from them within the next few days, I would think. So I might have an update and a plan by our next meeting.
Okay.
Good.
So is there any other new business you'd like to bring up? Okay, well then.
Finished?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
There we go.
Second that.
Okay. Motion and second. We're adjourned. So
Good night.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Have a
Okay.
good night.
Yep. See you in 2 weeks.